Hi everyone, it's Chenso from Reality Art Pod, here to talk about the Challenge 41, Vets and New Threats, episode 14, titled We Have to Boogie. Last week on the challenge, when Justin and Nani climbed up the hay to a daily win, Team Cockroach, Theo and Adrian won their third elimination against Leroy and America. Before I dive in, I put a link in the description to my Challenge 41 playlist, so you can catch up on my previous recaps. If you like the content, consider liking, subscribing, and using my link to try Paramount Plus for free. It's my annual Halloween special. Keep an eye out throughout the video. 5 of our challengers will pop in to show off their Halloween costumes. Everyone who can spot and name 3 costume challengers in the comments will get a shout out in next week's video. And the first 5 can claim some free merch from me. But let's dive into it. Players head back to the house, where Theo and Adrian are feeling themselves, and rightfully so. The small but mighty UK alliance of 3 teams have over time narrowed the huge American alliance down to 5 teams. Their plan is to target Turbo and strategically make sure they're all in the middle in the daily challenge so they all get to vote. Nani and Will are still getting their nut. Now they're in the gym. She tells him that he F's her like a man, but other than that, he's a big kid, and I'm holding back my lunch. Sydney continues to mope. She's upset that she and Turbo haven't been competing well in dailies. Turbo tries to cheer her up, giving her a pep talk, telling her how awesome she is, which seems like something that would cheer her up, and it does. Leo stays torn between the American alliance and his actual friendship with Jake. He seems down for the plan to target Turbo, but then again, he's let these UK players down a lot in the past. In their daily, they'll be playing Rune Race. Tied together, they need to memorize runes that correspond with numbers. Using the numbers, they'll solve an equation, which will be a code to a lockbox containing their underwater puzzle pieces. The first team to solve their puzzle on shore will be safe, and last place goes straight into elimination. They get started with Sydney struggling to memorize her symbols. They have to swim in this gross water to even make an attempt at their lock. Turbo is not feeling this cold water. As usual, Olivia and Will struggle to communicate. Justin and Nani get their puzzle pieces first. Cedric sees he's in second and tells us they have to boogie. Oop, young Cedric said the thing. These players are all over the place. Some players are solving their puzzle, some are still attempting their math. Cedric and Michaela do, in fact, boogie, winning the daily and safety. Will solves the math for their team, which leaves Ashley and Leo in last place, opening their lock but struggling to get their pieces out. All of the other teams complete their puzzles before Ashley and Leo get their pieces, making them last place in this daily and heading straight to elimination. Theo is thrilled. They're in a perfect situation where 2 American teams can't vote, giving them the opportunity to tie the vote. Ashley is happy she got to show other parts of her personality this season, but Anissa is ready for Ashley to get the hell out of there. Sydney continues to be annoyed, and she smack talks Theo for being blind in one eye, which I think is a bit below the belt. But who cares about me being offended? Players are going to the club, where this week they do not twerk on each other. They get straight to game talking. Leo is extremely confident that he'll be staying, which makes Olivia think Leo is arrogant. Ashley defends Leo, saying she likes his confidence. Players are all trying to swing votes to avoid a tie. Adrian is trying to get Aviv and Jeremy to flip, which is a waste of time. Aviv feels threatened by Adrian and claps back at her, condescendingly calling Adrian sweetheart. Aviv's getting spicy. The next day, Theo has a new plan to switch the UK Alliance's vote from Turbo and Sydney to Aviv and Jeremy and ask Turbo and Sydney to vote with them. Aviv pulls Anissa, confronting her, asking Anissa if she plans to vote for Aviv. Anissa gives a big guilty gulp and half-assedly lies to Aviv. At nominations, nobody decides to stake a claim. Before they vote, Theo stands up and tries to make a speech to get Turbo to flip his vote, but Turbo says he's absolutely not going to turn on his friends. Turbo and Nani both snap at Theo and threaten to vote for Olivia. But when they get to voting, the Americans do vote for Theo and Adrian, and the UK Alliance votes for Turbo and Sydney, which comes down to a tie vote and a coin flip from TJ. The victims of the coin flip are Turbo and Sydney, sending them into elimination and making it a perfect week of gameplay for Team UK. They celebrate and are so happy that Turbo's in elimination and that he's still not feeling well after being in the cold water. Nani confronts Theo. She's upset that he pulled the stunt at nominations and that he's messing with her relationship with Turbo. Nani also apologizes to Turbo, but he's cool with it. It didn't even really feel like Nani had much to really apologize for, so whatever. They head to elimination, where Ashley, Leo, Sydney, and Turbo will be playing Wait Me Up. One player is the runner. They'll race out of the arena. One at a time, they need to collect cannonballs, bringing the cannonballs back and putting them on a wheel that raises their partners up the wall. The partner on the wall is gathering puzzle pieces as they go. When they have all their pieces, they'll work together to solve a puzzle. They get started, and for the second week in a row, is an elimination where one person has to do pretty much all the work. The guys have to get a lot of cannonballs, while the girls are just hanging there. Leo is lapping Turbo. Ashley's trying to study the puzzle pieces. As she collects them, Leo finishes the cannonballs first, and Ashley joins him on the puzzle. She thinks she has it figured out, but she struggles, and Anissa is cheering Ashley on, which annoys Sydney. Eventually, Turbo figures the puzzle out, winning the elimination for Turbo and Sydney, and eliminating Ashley and Leo. So this ends Ashley's time on the challenge, who made her return to the main show, and I think she's still for the most part minding her P's and Q's and playing very nice in the game, which served her well. She was pretty insulated in the American Alliance and made connections that could help her on a return. She continues to have beef with Anissa, which is just a thing we have to deal with now, as these two will always hate each other, I guess. I find their fights to be entertaining. After their run on All Stars 5, it's interesting to see see Anissa outlasting Ashley, which also kind of ties up Anissa's main storyline this season. Ashley performed decently well in challenges, but had no patience for rookie partners, blowing up on a lot of her partners in dailies. In the end, she was confident she could solve this puzzle, but couldn't, and it was disappointing after her saying she was going to get it together several times in this episode. She wasn't able to. She's one of the better narrators in Confessional, so this was, in my opinion, a major loss for entertainment, and I always do want Ashley on my challenge cast. And this ends Leo's time on the challenge. A rookie I was really excited to see again after his run on Love Island, and he didn't quite live up to the level of entertainment that he was giving on Love Island. No freaky stuff, no love triangles, but we got to see a softer side to him, which was kind of nice, I guess. I'm happy that he performed well in challenges, winning 2 dailies and lasting way longer in the game than I thought he was going to. He gets a lot of flack from the UK players about him wanting to work with them but not wanting to go against Ashley, but it's a bit unfair to judge someone for not going against their partner, and their connections to both sides could have kept them safe had they continued to avoid the bottom. I want to see Leo on the show again, but I think he maxed out his potential for entertainment with this group of people. So that's all I have to say about this episode. Let me know in the comments what you thought of Leo and Ashley's departure, and did you spot the costume challengers? If you like this video, consider liking and subscribing. I'll be back next week with more challenge and the competition results. Until next time, you know where to find me. Have a safe and happy Halloween. Bye.